necessarily need this, but I'll put it up here anyway. I saw something on the agenda that concerns me quite a bit, and that is the third-party investigator. Now, before all the rest of you start to grumble, yes, it's going to cost money. Here's my question. I'm there. They want to investigate finances. Well, that's going to cost more money. My question is, that's our taxpayer dollars.
Yep, right.
For that kind of money. Whether you're for or against whoever's up here, whether you're angry, whether somebody resigned, that doesn't matter. We're talking about that. Why spend the extra money? I went back 10 years over the weekend because I got that kind of time and looked at all the minutes. The board approved every cent and every expenditure for the last 10 years. That means it's done. That means they agreed to it. Whether it's these 5 members or whether it was in the past, it's already done. There's not much we can do about it at that point. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
I want to make sure everyone that filled out a card, we called their name. Did everyone that filled out a card get their name called?
No.
Okay, you filled out a card.
I filled out the card.
We didn't call your name. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry. Your
Can I
name
talk
is.
or no?
Well, if you filled out a card and we didn't get you. Okay. Go ahead. Your name is
My name is Vicki Doherty.
Vicky.
Yes.
Sorry, I
And I'll
called all
just
the names I got.
wrap this up. I've been here, we moved here to Arizona City back in 2001. Okay, is that better? All right. I don't have any depth perception, it's hard to tell where this is at. Anyway, we moved back here in 2001. And I have to say that the fire department has modernized and has really come a long way since then. And I think a lot of that has to do with Chief Heaton here. Before it was a volunteer-only department. And if there wasn't enough people here and local to be able to answer a call, then nobody went out. So if you're having a heart attack or something and they didn't have enough people to be able to come and answer that call right away, or they had to wait until they got here, the call times were so long. And I think that just being able to have this as a paid department has really helped ensure our safety and everybody that's in Arizona City. Also not to just dismiss, the EMT and paramedics, and of course, everybody, all the firefighters. I mean, when you talk about the department, it's not just about Chief. He's the leader, but it's all of those workers who are,
And he always gives them credit. Always.
doing what needs to be done for us. So that was it. I just want to say thank you. I think you did a great job.
Thank you. I'm sorry we did not have your name in the pile. Okay, everyone else, did we get your card? Call? Okay. Thank you all. We appreciate your input as a board. Okay, next item on the agenda under old business, discussion and possible action for replacement of a CPA firm. We needed to replace the CPA firm that does our regular audits. These are audits that are done on a yearly basis. Is that correct, Chief?
Yes.
And we needed to look into replacing that, so I'll turn the time over to you for that, Chief.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So, to Mr. Chairman's point, we're audited every year by an outside auditing agency. For many, many years, we've used the Saunders auditing service. Excuse me, they unfortunately have decided to retire. Good for them. And we're currently looking for an audit service. This began back in August 8th to be specific, in 2023. It was the first agenda item. We used that month to see if we could have Saunders do one more year for us, as we had already planned the information for them. They decided they were going to hold tight on their retirement. So we went out and asked at their disclosure of people who specifically work with fire districts or special districts. And we put out application packages in September and October with Hinton and Burks, Fester and Chapman, and also Walker and Armstrong, and Anderson and Sarnowski. So those packs went out to them. To this date, we've received letters back from Walker and Armstrong and Fester and Chapman asking for additional information so they can put their bid packages together. We hope to have those to do our annual audit like we've done every year since we've been in existence at our December meeting, so then the board can make a choice on who will be the third-party auditor and do the CPA audits for the fire district like it's been done every year.
And those are annual audits every year for any size fire district, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you. So we'll bring that back to a future agenda item for board discussion and possible action. Okay, thank you. All right, the next item for old business was executive session. That was taken care of last time, so that's not necessary. The next item, discussion and possible action. The board may vote whether to retain a third-party independent investigator to review the action of the board and fire chief as it relates to fire chief's employment contract personnel. That's what we're talking about. Some people were talking about to retain a possible third-party investigator. Now, we were thinking about that. We talked about that a little bit. I know some people are for that. Some people are against that. I will open it for discussion for the board. I can give you, I have a question first. And my background's in education. I was a superintendent for many years. My question on the audit, when the auditors come in, I know when they came into a school district, a regular audit comes in, it would drive us crazy for 3 days a week and go through everything, all receipts. Is that similar to what happens in a fire district?
That is correct. They come in and ask for books, they do spot checks, they look through our records. We use QuickBooks, they get all the QuickBook files and they go through anything and everything they would like as a third-party investigator.
Okay, so they go through pretty much everything and, okay. I'll open up questions to the board members. Is there any questions that you two have as far as, you know, the second party investigation?
I do. So my question is, we heard mention of a third-party investigation from the district's attorney and the two previous board members, but we were never provided. So we heard previous information, we mention of an investigation from the district's attorney, Fitzgibbons, and the two board members that resigned, but the three board members present were never provided any information whatsoever as a reason why they wanted an investigation. We have not been provided to this time any justification that warrants a third-party investigation.
Have you requested it?
Pardon me, I didn't hear that?
Have you requested it?
Yes, I've asked them several times. When we were in executive session, I asked them for a point-by-point list of any complaints or possible wrongdoings, and as of this time, I have not received that.
Anything you have, Board Member Hill? You haven't received anything as well? My only point to this is, if these audits are as thorough as they are at the school district, they leave nothing unturned. It was so stressful for us that we literally were so glad to see them leave that it was just not a fun experience for us. And I guess my only point would be, I feel they looked into everything. And that being the case, if it's similar, and I don't know, but if it's similar, I guess my question would be, why would we do it twice if it's an expense? That's my only question. I've never gone through one. I don't know. But, so I guess I would open it, if there are any other questions or discussion, I guess I would take a motion if that would like to be done by this board.
It is different than a school district, and also Saunders is still in business. You should call them and ask them why they dropped Arizona City Fire. They're still in business. They're still in business. They're still in business. There's nothing to hide.
I'm assuming that things would be looked into, but I know, I can tell you that if anything comes up, this board will look into it. This board is not here to sweep anything under the carpet or anything like that. That's not what anybody's here for. And anyway,
No. 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 Not allowed to speak.
Anyway, are there any other items that the board would like to bring up? Are there any discussion items that that this board would like to bring up at this time?
Was there a motion?
I haven't heard a motion yet. Either way.
Ask for one.
Then I will ask for a motion. Is anyone interested in a second party investigation? Dwayne, would you like to make that motion, Dwayne? Yes, to have a third party investigation.
I make a motion that we have the third party investigation. I think.
We can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
No, just put it up to your mouth, like everybody.
I think we should have the third party investigator, because he'll come in.
We can't hear him.
No.
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 Board.
Okay, there's a motion on the table to have a third party investigation. Do I have a second?
Too bad.
It died for lack of a
Okay,
second.
then it dies for lack of a second. Which means I guess we don't need a motion to not have one, because it dies for lack of a second. Thank you for your motion, Member Hill. Okay, moving forward, new business, community service events. Chief?
So I covered most of them in the chief's report. The big one was the trunk or treat, where we had over 3,000 children. We do this every year. It was the 7th event because we have dark streets, no sidewalks, and it provides vetted entertainment for the children to come in for their safety. With the new street out front, I think this year was even more critical. I know Representative McClure talked a lot of times, the middle lane is not a passing lane, although people are using it for that. So we do it for safety. We can't do it without the community. We had probably 2,000 pounds of candy donated by citizens, and that's just outstanding. Again, all the volunteers from the association and every other group makes this possible. This isn't a Chiefs event. I just dream them up, and everybody here, including the community, makes them happen. And since then, statistically, we've looked at it. We haven't had any incidents involving children on Halloween. We think that's outstanding. We haven't any incidents with a child being struck by or struck with a car. That's outstanding. It's a lot of work. Again, we can't do it without the community. We can't do without it. It was one of the 6 events we've drafted since I've come here, which I think is really important, and we're going to continue looking as we go forward. We're rolling into the 1st of December, correct, for the Flying Santa, and the 2nd, the Electric Light Parade. And we already have 120 names of seniors we deliver meals on Christmas Day. And again, we can't do it without the community. The Big House has been so gracious for the last 6 years to prepare these meals on Christmas Day, so we can take those meals to the seniors on Christmas Day. And I tell you, it's not about the food, it's about the 20, 30-minute conversation
Amen.
you have with an individual.
Yes.
And, it's just outstanding. Many of our seniors are to the point where they can't travel for holidays. They, feel they're a burden to their family. So I'm going to tell you, from the first year we did it, took 8 hours, the 3 of us, to be able to decide and divide and conquer that is pretty outstanding. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of tears shed on that day because you're the only visitor you're going to get. And I think that's pretty critical for us. We've partnered with Arts and Meals on Wheels. They make gadgets, tchotchkes. Everybody know what a tchotchke is? And all these little things they give us. I'm telling you, it's like we're getting gold. And it's super important to go forward with that as well. And we're just finishing up with other programs that we'll tie together. The Electric Light Parade is on Tuesday as well. We're going to have Santa going around town again. I know a lot of you asked what the dates are that are. I don't know yet, but we'll post it on our social media. I like to call it Shirley Sutherland. If you've seen our Facebook and social media branding, it's all hers. Let's give her a round of applause. So when you see these posts and all this little stuff on her, it's Shirley. Let's just be honest. It's Shirley. She does an outstanding job. We participated this weekend across the street with the craft fair. I see Bev there again. We got the pleasure to park cars at 6 in the morning, so that's pretty outstanding for us. It was good till about 11:29 when the wind and the rain came. And then it got a little tough. But again, you know, our branding is super important for us. And again, our community service events will go forward with it. But you'll see different things and steps up. I mean, it's the little things that make a difference, and it's all Shirley Sutherland. So again, we're outstanding about that, and it's the team that does that. So that's what's super important.
That's right.
Ask for volunteers.
Absolutely. We are always looking for volunteers. Shirley constantly has it on our list. You know, we call her the shirt hustler and the volunteer getter. So if you come through, you better have $20 in your pocket because Shirley's going to have it. So we can't do without it. So again, you know, thank you to Shirley, the staff, our volunteers, the associations. They're all good from there, and that's what we'll continue to do. And again, if you know a senior that needs a meal on Christmas Day that can't get out, please let us know, and we'll add them to our list. There's no vetting going on. If you give us a name, we'll try to get them a meal, and that's what our goal is about. And we'll put that together. So I just wanted to talk about that and put some reminders of anybody that wants to volunteer. I tell you what, if you got 5 minutes on Christmas Day to take a meal to a shut-in senior, it's going to change your perspective for that day. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Just a reminder that the next meeting date, the regular business meeting will be on December 12th, and any agenda items will be due to the Chief on December 5th. And also, we'll be working together to get the board together again to have interviews for other board members. So if you're interested in a board position, and I'm sure many of you are that have been following what's been going on, please get your name to the chief. He'll let you know what has been going on. And I just wanted to say thank you for your participation, but also I hear people say that sometimes we don't recognize the staff. I can tell you that we do. My own mother was taken care of. She's elderly, lived with me for 2 or 3 years, was well taken care of by this staff, and I thank them multiple times for that. They do a great job, so thank you to them. And I appreciate everything that happens here and everything that goes on in this community. I love this community. It's a great place to be. But anyway, what time do we have for adjournment? Anybody have a 6:52? Do I have a motion for adjournment? And we have a motion from Ken Davis, a second by Dwayne Hill. All in favor for adjournment? Aye. Thank you all for being here.
You normally run things, so no question.
Oh, yeah,